At some point in your life, you have to look in the mirror and think, fuck.
Something has to change.
Whether it's a relationship, finances, or overall just the trajectory of your life.
Something has to change.
But who doesn't want to get to that next level? Everybody wants to be somebody, but the only barrier that's stopping you from that change is your perception of time. Like, look at Steve Jobs. He didn't think, oh, I have time, I'll get around to making the iPhone. He just made it. Because if he had the same perception of everybody else in this world that he has time, he would have died before ever releasing the iPhone. You see, it doesn't matter if you're 20 or 90 years old. The only time you have is now. Don't be the person that does the same shit every single year, getting caught in the mundane, and they look back and say,
where has the time gone?
Like, just think, bro. People will tell you that you're young and you have time. And they're right. They really are.
Until they're wrong.
The average rent across the US is over $2,000, and it's rising every month. And 65% of Americans make less than $100,000 a year. Homelessness is at an all-time high. 40% of Americans are fat, and the wealth gap is increasing every day. But yet, I still don't give a fuck about any of it. Why? Let me answer that for you right now.
But he is every bit as dominant. We'll keep our eye on him this evening. They're down in 3.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Elon Musk's brain implant startup, Neuralink, is recruiting patients for a clinical trial.
Now it's all diseases of abundance. We are overexposed to everything. The human brain is not designed to absorb all of the world's breaking news, 24/7 emergencies injected straight into your skull with clickbait headline news. If you pay attention to that stuff, even if you're well-meaning, even if you're sound of mind and body, it will eventually drive you insane.
The truth is, you can't waste your own time being concerned about something that has nothing to do with you. The key to change is focusing on one thing and putting all your time into that one thing. In a relationship, you can't be 50-50, or else it won't last in the long term. And the same thing applies to your focus. You can't be focused on multiple things at once. Think about it like this. New Year's rolls around and there's 2 people. One writes 5 goals that they want to get done before the year ends, and the other person, they write 1. It doesn't matter the magnitude or the context of their goals. One person is focused on one goal, and the other person is focused on 5 different things. Who do you think is going to achieve all their goals? But don't get me wrong, having all these goals and ideas are great, but if you can't even make one come to fruition, what's the point of even having them?
You can do almost everything you want in life, but you can't do it at the same time. And if you can just dedicate yourself to one thing for even a year, and then the next thing for a year, you can do those 10 things.
But none of this matters if you don't take yourself and your time serious. Like, think about it. We all go to a job for 8 hours a day, 5 to 7 days a week. We come home, try to relax, reset, and do it all over again. But I guess what I'm trying to say is show up for yourself and take your time seriously. Like, imagine if you showed up for yourself like you do with the job you're working. Every day, you're putting in the work for you. You're valuing your time and investing it back into yourself. But sadly, most of the world does not think like this. Their perception of time is faulted. They'd rather be distracted by media, games, activities. And don't get me wrong, you can enjoy these things. But at the end of the day, the priority should be that one focus, that one idea, that one goal that sits with you day after day after day. Because one day, you won't have the time anymore. One day, the time is gonna be up. And when you look back, will you say, I made the most of my time? Don't be the person who has the reflection looking back at them, and they simply just say,
where has the time gone?